Hello and welcome. I'm Giovanni Hart, and today I'm working on some more drawings from Silksong, Hornet. Some character designs. I'm going to design one in my style. This is the first one I did was a rough, just to get a feel of the character. I'm going to do another one and just mess around with proportions and stuff. You know my style. If you see my artwork, you know my style. Pick it up. Yeah, have fun with this. Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram, Blue Sky, Tumblr, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, and Patreon for more exclusive stuff. Links are in the bio. Right now, I'm going to be starting a new sketch, and in the background, I'll be watching the very controversial podcast by Ned Plummer, the guy who used to be from the Try Guys who cheat on his wife. He's having a conversation with his ex-wife. So this is going to be interesting. I saw some podcasts, or not podcasts, I saw some clips from people saying it was a very awkward and bad interview that it shouldn't be on there. So I'm here for the cringe. We're here for the cringe. Let's get into it. All right, let's go. So I'll be playing the background. All right, let's get into it.
Hi, I'm Ned Fulmer. 3 years ago, I cheated on my wife with my
That's
producer.
crazy.
It became a massive public scandal
I remember
that
that.
caused a lot of pain
That was
to a lot
big.
of people. I know that I represented myself as a kind of wife guy
Yeah.
who talked about his relationship and put that out there for public consumption. And you, as a viewer, I know that I broke your trust. I, I betrayed my spouse, coworkers, friends, family, and I betrayed you.
Wait. So wait, the person he cheated on was his producer. The person he cheated with was his producer. Ooh, that makes it real bad. Is that what he said? Let me just replay that.
Hi, I'm Ned Fulmer. 3 years ago, I cheated on my wife with my producer.
Oh, oh, damn.
It became a massive public scandal that caused a lot of pain to a lot of people. I know that I represented myself as a kind of wife guy who talked about his relationship and put that out there for public consumption.
Mm-hmm.
And you, as a viewer, I know that I broke your trust.
Shoot.
I, I betrayed my spouse, coworkers, friends, family, and I betrayed you. And I know it's not just about cheating, that I was a company owner and having a relationship with a producer
Yeah.
who was engaged and friends with all of our
It's
friends
like the
and
CEO
coworkers.
CEO thing.
Like
Can't do that.
it, it was understandably a messy and devastating situation for everyone involved. And I was the cause of it.
Not knowing what's going on in my business. That's what keeps me up at night. The fact that we run on
To be honest, I haven't
monday.com
really
and that it takes our day to
kept
day
up
and
watching the Try
automatically turns it
Guys.
into.
I remember I used
I
to watch a lot of their videos, but I think I stopped watching it even before the cheating scandal happened. But I'm actually curious what they're doing. Are they still doing the show? I'm pretty sure. Like, that's all I remember.
did that, and I can't change it. I can't change the past. I
You guys buying it?
own it and accept it and try to change how I show up differently in the future.
Mm.
So I wanted to say that I'm sorry. I hurt you, and I hope to make amends over time. And one step is to publicly witness the pain of my partner, Ariel.
Are they still together or divorced?
This is a conversation with Ariel in this video.
That's the crazy part.
It's painful at times. It's honest, vulnerable.
She agreed to sit down. That's crazy.
But it's necessary for her to move forward, and I'm grateful for the chance to witness.
If she's okay with it, good for her.
As disappointed as we were that something so private and painful became such a public spectacle, I get why people were so outraged, and I understand that that is the reason that she can't move forward with any sort of public thing without addressing this. So this is that. This is
that's a
conversation where we
downside.
answer your questions.
Once you put
We
your
share what we've been up to
private
these
life
last
out
3
there,
years, and
no one's entitled to
what
your
you
private
can expect
life.
from us moving forward.
I'm going to interrupt. Sorry for interrupting. No one's entitled to your private life, but once you kind of build your brand around that, like being a family guy or something, or upright, the good husband guy, kind of put that out there, and people they're not entitled. They're gonna want to know. They're gonna be invested in your personal life and put it out there. Downside.
It's about an hour long, and I know that from my perspective, I want to tell stories of curiosity and empathy, and I want them to be meaningful and have value in people's lives. So I hope that you find this impactful. So please join me for this conversation with Ariel Fulmer.
This will be interesting.
Well, here we are.
Back
At
again.
it again.
Yeah.
It feels weird. It feels a little.
Sorry, I'm going to interrupt one more time. Maybe it shows the maturity that they can move past this. I don't know. Someone publicly do something like that. I don't know if I'll be cool with them enough to get on screen. But it's been 3 years, but still. Well, let's let it play. Let's see what
A
happens.
little awkward.
Yeah.
Let's out
Back
for a
in
big
the
check.
podcasting room.
Yeah.
I mean, we've certainly had a lot
Hey, I'm thankful for them doing
of
it. I'm
conversations where
curious.
we've sat like this,
Yeah, that's true.
but not, conversations that are meant for the public.
Mm-hmm. Is it strange to think that people are watching this and listening to it rather than just being in like a
Most
therapy
definitely.
setting?
Oh heck yeah! It's terrifying.
Yeah.
It's absolutely, yeah. I mean, I'm on the verge of like standing up and walking out of this room. Absolutely.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Same.
I'm like, what the hell am I doing? What am I doing?
Content
But
is
no,
content.
I feel like this is a necessary thing.
Yeah, we've kind of been just keeping our lives very private for the last 3 years.
We have.
And just almost hiding from the world.
We've been hiding. We've been hiding from the world. And
Why did the girl you cheated with?
I'm not gonna lie, it's been kind of great.
Mm-hmm.
It's been kind of great to be super private.
And it's ironic because we don't stop becoming recognizable figures. People still come up to us, people still recognize us. And to the extent that we're kind of moving forward in our lives, that's something that you've talked about. It's like, how can I move forward in my life without people knowing the next part of my story if they're still stuck on the 2022 part of my story?
That's kind of the thing, isn't it?
Okay.
And that's the whole reason that we're here, because we're stuck in 2022.
Yeah, at least as far as they know.
That was 2022,
Exactly.
so not that long ago. Yeah,
We have moved on with our lives.
Yeah, we've moved on for a while
We
now.
have moved on with our lives.
Understandable.
But like, as far as
everybody else is concerned, we're still stuck in 2022.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I
Imagine
totally
being able
forgot
to
about
build an
these
app with your
guys.
name on it just by
I'm not
thinking
gonna
about
lie. I
it.
totally forgot
Meet
about them.
Base 44, a complete AI creation
The
platform.
only reason why this popped up is people were talking
Describe
about
what
it.
you want.
But throughout that whole
And watch it
time,
take shape.
I totally when it first initially happened. Of course, everyone heard
You
about
can
it.
plan,
For
customize,
that,
and expand in any
I
direction.
never thought about them at all.
From tools built for one to platforms ready for many. From passion projects
Just
to
like how they had,
enterprise-grade
like, I know there used to be a show
everything
called
is built in
Just
and
Get
ready to
This Here.
launch.
And
There used to be a TV show, John and Kate plus 8. I know that was a big deal back then when he cheated on his wife. But does anyone even talk about them? Nope. Is Kate still famous? Or is she just living her life? I wonder how old the kids are now. They have to be at least teenagers now. At least. Interesting. I should look them up. Alright, let's keep going.
you know, that brings us to the whole reason that we're here and the reason that we can't walk out of this room, because we live in a social world, right?
Oh, yeah, was that 2007?
and we can't move on with our lives if we don't, move on publicly.
Like publicly reestablish the context of who we are, how we relate to each other after being so public with our relationship before.
Yeah. I mean,
So really,
I just went on Google and searched it up. I'm gonna get back to the drawing, but I just want to get on my system. I looked it up. Yeah, they look about their teenagers. Right now I'm on her page. I totally forgot about this. It's Kate plus my 8. And it just shows her living her best life with her kids. The kids look older. Look about their either in their early teens or almost 20. Who knows? No, they're teenagers. Yeah. Good for them. Kate looks obviously looks older, but it's fine. Anyways, back to this.
strange thing actually, like that we can't do anything publicly without kind of addressing this first.
well, yeah. I mean, in 2022, it got so big, right? The whole scandal, it grew and grew and grew and grew, to the point where it just became this thing that just like got so much bigger than us.
Yeah.
And I feel like I just sort of hid away from it.
Who's the girl that she on with again?
And going completely dark was the only thing that I could think to do. And for the last 3 years, I've just hidden behind the scandal, and now, like, now I can't get out from behind it.
Yeah, because it's a big step to like sit down and do what we're doing and to talk about it.
Right. But even like going out in public with like my kids or just going out to dinner or something like that.
Yeah.
I feel like the only thing that people see is the scandal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, welcome back. Thanks for
it's a big loss.
Appreciate that, Joshua.
It's a big loss.
We're starting a
but
new
it's
drawing.
also-
I decided to do a new one.
It's a really strange way to go about your normal life. Like I am a human who has needs. Like I want to have regular friends, and I don't want to like walk up to somebody that I want to be friends with at like preschool and have to start every conversation with like, my personal life is a dumpster fire, as I'm sure you know, but also, do you want to be friends with me? Like, I'm not gonna lie, I have some really authentic friendships.
Thanks for your likes. Appreciate that a lot.
But like, I don't want to go about my life starting friendships like that.
Yeah. You kind of want the new friends to know the context of like who you currently are as a person.
Exactly.
I remember I have met some people, like made new friends or kind of introduced myself to strangers. It's like, oh, let's like exchange Instagrams. I'm like, well,
Right?
here's mine, but couple of caveats. One, I have a lot more followers than you might expect. Two, all of this is pretty outdated. And three, don't Google me.
Don't Google me.
Don't Google me.
You
Just
probably don't want to
get
Google
to know me first. Yeah.
Oh my
You know,
goodness.
you don't want to be just sort of seen as the sum of your mistakes for me or the sum of your past for you.
Right.
And the challenging thing is it's been complicated for a while. I mean, we are still friends. We have children together. We go on trips
friends.
together.
Right.
Like, you know,
Well, I guess for
there's
kids,
a spectrum of being together, not together.
Right.
Like there's ways in which we're together, but it's like the way that everyone wants to know, like, are you guys still like an item? Are you guys still a couple?
Are you?
Like, no.
Are you a couple?
We really haven't been at all this last 3 years.
No, we haven't.
Like, there's moments when we kind of tried, but just because you go to a Taylor Swift concert together doesn't mean that you're, you know, that
Doesn't mean
all
that
is
you're
forgiven
together.
and you're.
No, like people ask me, like, do you forgive Ned for what he did? And I mean, the answer is no.
Oh,
Absolutely not. How can you forgive somebody for, like,
that's not what I was
for
expecting.
lying to you, for cheating on you?
Oh,
No.
I was not
No.
expecting that answer at all. That is crazy.
Like, I don't even. It's.
What I admire most about Grammarly is that you're still in control of the writing. It'll generate a
That's
handful
crazy.
of topics in seconds, completely for free. As a reminder,
I was not
we're
expecting
not
that
using
answer.
this to write our paper for us, but it's simply giving us
Let's get a
thought
rough of the
starters.
body
I like
right
this
now,
first
real
one right
quick.
here, so let's go ahead and choose that. And then the next step is finding sources, but that can get very time consuming.
Drawing looking good so far.
Thankfully,
Thank you very
Grammarly
much.
can even
Appreciate
summarize
that.
articles,
Yeah, we're
so
just
we can extract the main
we're getting
points
started.
and weave them into our writing with ease.
You know,
It'll
we're
never
drawing
write your
Hornet from
essay for you,
Silksong.
but rather steer you
Yeah, we're
on the
gonna
right
make her,
path and polish
you know,
your idea.
Give the Divine
I,
Heart special. Make it thick. Let's go. I still gotta play the game. I've been thinking, I want to buy it for my Nintendo Switch 2, or but I think I'd like to play this game handheld. 'Cause I think it'd be a great game to have handheld. It's not so graphically intense, and I think the Switch will be able to play it fine. But I do think it would be cool to get it for my Game Pass. If I get Game Pass, I can play both games on there. Because Game Pass, I think it's in their subscription still. But it'd be cool to support it does. But I do want to play it handheld mode. But we'll see. Maybe get the PC. Who knows?
I sorry, I saw red for a minute. It's like, no, the answer is no. But also I feel like forgiveness isn't the goal at this point. You know, we've been together for a long time, and you are the father of my two beautiful children, and
That's hard. Yeah.
we know each other really well, and I we've worked through a lot of stuff, and
Understandable.
the fact that I can be around you and still like have a good time and like enjoy spending time with you and enjoy spending time with my kids, like I think that's a win.
Yeah. It's taken a lot of hard work to do that.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, as we've adjusted, we've recalibrated our relationship more towards a platonic friendship, and then it's just been challenging. But like,
That's interesting.
I think we're getting to a point of sort of celebrating that and really like embracing it and accepting it for what it is, as we're like grieving the past. And you know, it's hard to hear you saying like, fuck no, I don't forgive you. But of course I get it. I mean, you're still, as much progress as we've had, you're still very angry.
Yeah, of course I'm angry. You know,
Interesting.
we're talking about like not having sat in this position for 3 years, you know, and like, yeah, of course I'm still angry. We lost a lot.
I don't know what to do with the arms.
There was a lot that happened 3 years ago.
I don't know what to do with the arms yet.
It was, I mean, I found out about your affair from the fans. I mean,
Ouch.
and I was so blindsided
Yeah.
that somebody sent me a picture, and I like, I couldn't, it was like my brain couldn't compute. And
imagine finding out something like that
I
online before you even find out in person.
it's like, for some reason I didn't see what was actually there in the picture. I thought it was your sister.
What?
And I remember
Hey,
sending it to
hold
you
on.
and being like,
I want to check something before I say something stupid. But if I do remember, wasn't the lady he was cheating on an Asian woman? If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I think I remember
what's your
something like
sister
that.
doing in New York?
Producer was an Asian woman.
It was,
Hold on. I could be wrong.
I
Maybe
think
something else.
back on that and I think like, what was I, like, how did I not see what was going on? Like, what was so fucked up in my brain that I couldn't actually see what was happening in this picture? Like, the picture was right there in front of me,
Oh, never mind.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh,
then,
what? Never mind. I'm so
and then the
dumb.
pieces just started
No.
falling and falling and falling, and like, and then more pictures started coming in, and more pictures and more pictures and more pictures. And it is so wild how we live in this world where everything is so public. Like, you don't realize it, but everybody's taking pictures of you.
Oh, okay.
Everybody,
She looks Asian, but she's not.
and it's kind of scary, actually.
Okay, my
And
bad.
and it makes you realize
I
that
saw one picture. She looked that way.
whenever you leave your house, you're like, you're not safe, you know? And it kind of like, and then after everything happened,
crazy.
I sort of went into this like this weird state where like nothing was safe, and nothing and nobody, like I couldn't trust anybody. I couldn't trust the public. I couldn't trust you.
That's tough.
I couldn't trust my friends. I just
Her
stayed
account is
inside,
private.
like, because there were cameras everywhere. You know, it was like, oh, it was so,
Kind of cringy. I might change the video, but we'll let it play.
it was so unsafe. Everything was unsafe. Yeah, it took a long time to like get back to myself.
Score up to 60% off at Michael's lowest prices of the season in-store and online today.
Google Workspace can help keep your documents and emails safe. Built on top of Google's secure and reliable infrastructure, AI defenses help protect against threats like phishing and viruses. That's data security made easy with Google Workspace.
How did having it become such a public scandal kind of change everything for you? Did it make it worse? Did it make it easier? Did it just sort of make it surreal?
It was so many different things. And it was all tied in together too. You know, I think that, and it all, it's like the trauma of discovering that you've been, that like everything that you know isn't real. And then add to it this other part where you're sort of being you're being watched by cameras, which isn't something that's like a part of our lives. Like, yes, we are somewhat public figures, but like we've never had cameras waiting outside of our house. Like that's not something that we're used to. Like we're not like celebrities. That's not, that's not a part of our lives. And this was a period in our lives where we had like, there was like a car following us, and it was really strange because we had just, you know, found out that we were dealing with this, you know, with this cheating situation, with this betrayal. We decided to find a new couples therapist, right?
Oh.
And so we were driving to our new couples therapist, and so we were in the car together because we decided to drive together, and you decided you needed a snack, and so you had a Tupperware with you, and I had my jug of water, and we got in the car together because we were like, well, why don't we drive together? We're going to the same place. And so we get in the car, and we were driving there, and so you're like eating your apple as you're driving, and I turned to you and I was like, Ned, I think there's a car following us. Like, I'm pretty sure this car has followed us from our house. And you were like, oh, that's weird. Like, I wonder what that could be, you know? And then when we park outside of the couples therapist's office, and we see that this car has a camera, it was like, I think that person just took a picture of us. And so we went inside and we talked about it a little bit, and then we had our therapy session, and then we came out, and then there were multiple people outside, and it was probably one of the strangest situations that I personally have ever been in. I did not know what to do with my face. And so my reaction when I don't know what to do with my face is I smile.
Yeah.
That is my go-to reaction when I don't know what to do with my face. I just smile like an idiot.
That was my reaction too.
I smile like I, you know, like a cat, you know, I just smile. And so
this is the video that everyone
saw. And
like leaving couples therapy.
We're leaving couples therapy, looking at each other like we don't have a care in the world. And it is because we are absolutely just beyond like this is so bizarre. What is happening right now? This has never happened in our lives ever. we don't know what's going on. Like, let's just get to our car, you know, and we're just like, just smile, like.
That's crazy. I'll be right back. Just gonna grab one thing. Stay tuned.
That, like, they're not gonna hurt us. Who are these people? Everything's fine. Oh my goodness. Yeah. That was the strangest situation. It was so bizarre.
I remember our neighbors during that time were doing some roof repair work, and so there was this like,
there's like a construction
unmarked
van.
white van outside of our house, and it was parked there for like weeks, and we had it in our heads that it was a paparazzi van, and
it absolutely was not. But it was like the strangest thing. I thought
just, you know, for weeks, anytime you walk out the door, being like, "Oh, there's a van."
Yeah, that was really strange.
I can see how that caused you to really feel unsafe and mistrusting of the whole world. Just want to acknowledge that and just note that it's like because of things I did that caused you to experience that.
Yeah.
What was that moment like when everything changed for you?
Awful, obviously. It was kind of surreal. You know, I thought to myself, like, what would somebody who's been cheated on, like, what would somebody in a movie do?
Really?
I don't know. I wasn't thinking like of a specific movie or something like that. I was thinking like, what would, like, what do people do in this situation? You know, like, I wasn't thinking I wasn't thinking for myself. I was thinking like,
Wix gives you the freedom to tell your story with a professional website that reflects who you are. And present it the way you envision it, from the biggest ideas to the smallest details. Your website, your voice, your platform.
I'm back. Sorry about that. Let's keep it going.
Your workflow is important to us. Please wait indefinitely.
Oh, thanks for the likes.
With
Appreciate that, guys.
Marketing.com's intuitive work
And thanks for the
management
follow.
platform, you have the
like, what do I do next?
All right, I am back.
I remember we were in New York.
Where did I miss?
And you just picked me up from the airport. And I was so
right.
like naively. So you were driving a rental, and I just naively looked over to you in the driver's seat, and I was like, why was Grace in New York? Like, I didn't realize Grace was in New York. Why was she, you know, referring to that picture that I had sent to you? And you looked over at me with this look on your face, and it was like the veil just fell, like this. You know, like I knew in my brain that something was going on, but I just sort of refused to believe it. And then when I saw that, like, just wildly guilty look on your face, like you wanted to tell me something, and I didn't even let you say anything. I was like, turn this car around. You don't remember that?
No, I don't remember it happening like that, but it doesn't matter.
How do you remember it happening?
Oh, I mean, you asked me a couple of different follow-up questions as I just sort of answered them. And then, once I, answered it in such a way that you knew exactly who it was and what had happened, then you were like, take me back to the airport.
Yeah.
That part was very cinematic, if you were trying to be like in a movie.
Turn this fucking car around.
I mean, yeah, I think there was a lot of sort of delusions and rationalizations that you, as the person doing that, sort of are telling yourself as to why it's not so bad, or why it's going to be okay, or why actually this talked about it in this way. And then it's like, I remember that moment, it all just kind of like fell down, where I totally could see how devastated and just completely traumatized you were. And then it was just like, everything changed for me as well. I'm like, oh no, this is like I've been hurting this person that I love this whole time.
You didn't realize until then?
Well, but then there's other things you tell yourself to kind of sort of compartmentalize, or I guess.
Interesting.
This is so weird, man.
It's like a addictive cycle, kind of feeling really guilty and ashamed, and then telling yourself the ways in which it's, kind of just lying to yourself. And then, yeah.
Me?
And I did want to tell you, and there was probably a small part of me that was sort of relieved to not be keeping a secret, I guess. Is that hard for you to hear?
No, that part's not hard for me to hear. I think it's, I've done a lot. I've spoken a lot with other betrayed partners over the last 3 years, and it's something that I've heard a lot. This idea of like when there's this sense of relief when the partner who's doing the betraying is able to finally tell the betrayed partner that about all the things that they have been doing, and kind of put their shame onto the other partner.
You know the feeling. You've written your first draft for an important writing assignment, and you're ready to get it past the finish line, but you just aren't sure how. And as I write my paper, I want to ensure there aren't any gaps in my content or ideas. With my draft open, I select a section of my paper that I think could benefit from an additional perspective. I then ask Grammarly to suggest counterarguments. Within seconds, Grammarly generates a list of potential counterarguments that challenge my thinking and present new opportunities to enrich my paper. With Grammarly, each suggestion is an opportunity to further develop your skills. Make sure you download Grammarly for AI writing assistance and subscribe to this channel for tips on upleveling your communication with AI. Thanks for watching. Now go write.
He's a bell, he's a boy, he's belt boy. Hotels bring him joy, he's belt boy. Desk clerk with the best perks, like up to 20% off hundreds and thousands of hotels and a whole lot of other stuff I can't get into right now.
I'm gonna go full illustration on this. That's the question. How much rendering I want to do on this? I kind of want to go full out on it.
They, in that like sort of release of their like of all of that
I'm not sure how far I want to go with this.
Shame and guilt
and guilt that they've been holding. It's almost like they feel so much relief, but the partner then has to accept it, and that's exactly what happened. You know, when you told me, suddenly then I had to take all of that guilt and shame of your affair, and it was so much to carry. So much. Like, and I know that it, like, and you know, suddenly something that like you had that, and it, like the wild thing is that this was something that you had done. You know, like I had no part in this. This was not like, you could even say that you had done this to me, you know? Like I was the victim of this situation. And yet when you told me, I had to like accept your guilt and your shame. And in our like society where couples are, especially married couples, like when men have affairs, women are often looked at as like, well, what did you do wrong? And it is so hard to get out from under that of like, well, what did you do to make him look elsewhere? You know, were you not a good enough wife? Were you not, did you not make him happy enough? You know? And there's so much shame there. And I'm so tired of holding that. I'm so tired of holding it.
What's what she's saying?
How does it make you feel to hear that? I mean, did it ever occur to you that like not only did you having an affair just it shattered our marriage, but it also, like, all of that guilt and shame, you, like, hoisted that on me. Like, you gave that to me. And now I have to carry that around for the rest of my life.
I don't think it's fair that as a society you're put in that position. It's certainly not true.
Crazy.
And no, it's not something that I imagined as I was.
We're still going. Let's go grab some
doing that.
water.
I think none of it was.
I don't think we do a
you
full
really
render of this drawing. We'll keep it light
let
and
it sink
simple.
in just how much
We'll
you're
keep
hurting
going
your
though.
partner and how devastating it is. Like,
But we're gonna get
how could you do that?
most of this done today.
It's still very difficult now, even 3 years later, to see you in pain as you're talking about that, because there's nothing I can do to change the past or to help.
It's kind of weird to think about it now, because I feel like I'm in a really good place now, and going back to like before I discovered the affair, it feels like going back to this weird fantasy world where like, I don't know, I thought we had this love that like transcended, I don't know. But it was a fantasy. It was.
With Google Workspace, you can create a Gmail account with your own domain and branding, helping your business look professional in any inbox. That's business email made easy with Google Workspace.
My work is easy because I use ClickUp.
All right, I am
Here's how I
back.
keep track of all my tasks. I start by brain dumping everything I need to get done in a list view. Next, I set a priority and a due date to keep things on track. I create custom statuses to organize my progress exactly how I want it. I like to add the action items
Get
field
this
so
ad
AI
here.
can show me the next steps.
It was like, you know, I trusted you so completely. And I mean, we grew up together. We got married when we were like in our early 20s.
Yeah.
We were babies. We had nothing. I mean,
Crazy.
and we moved out to LA with just our car full of stuff.
Thank you for the follows and the likes. Appreciate that.
I mean, I'm like tearing up.
We're
Just
taking a
thinking
quick little
about it.
break.
We were just kids, and it's like, it really was a fantasy. And I just think, how could you do that to me? Like, who are you?
Oh damn. This is getting intense.
I'm so sorry.
Like, we had so much. There was so much. We had so much life left. We still have so much.
I would show the video, but if I do, copyright reasons and TikTok it doesn't really like that. Really considering our original content. I got to something while I'm working in the background.
Life left. I don't know why I'm crying.
I think it's
It hurt.
like the loss of that dream that we both had. It felt like that in that time period for me too.
What happened?
Well, the dream started to break apart for me, and
What?
then rather than being able to talk about it or to confront those feelings, I wanted to. I guess I was too afraid to say how I was actually feeling, and it seemed, I don't know, I chose to deal with it and deal with like feelings I was experiencing in a way that was really self-destructive and hurtful to you. And it wasn't
That's
like
crazy.
anything you did or like we had a bad marriage. It was about me and choices that I made and just actions that I took that I'll always regret. I'll always regret how much pain I caused you and
Bills?
other people.
Bills can't be this high? What do you mean by that?
And
what does that mean?
I'm deeply, deeply sorry. And I'll spend my whole rest of my life trying to make amends to you and to, you know, show up differently, to lead a life of integrity and to be a father that our children can learn from. Because you did nothing to deserve this, and I completely, suddenly, violently shattered our marriage, our relationship, and like everything you knew, and that was all my fault. It was all choices that I made.
So where do we go from here?
I mean, that's kind of how we've been, what we've been working on, I guess, over the last 3 years. We can make new promises to each other as as friends, as co-parents. What was the thing that kind of started changing things for you?
Maybe just time. Time and, I don't know, courage. And I mentioned making those authentic relationships, like finding those real friends.
Oh.
And they're like, I don't care that your life is messy. I really like you for who you are. I see your joy. I like every part of you.
Yeah.
So you think you know Wix, but do you really? First up, we've got Shake Video Mat.
And I want to be a part of your life. Like, don't
We'll start drawing again in 5 minutes.
don't push me
so.
away.
We're still
You
here.
know?
Take a quick break.
It was a real moment of kind of discovering who your real, true, authentic friends are, and
Yeah.
kind of then cherishing that, and you know, those people that you can kind of be completely yourself with.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
You're not just seeing a one-dimensional version of you.
Yeah, totally.
When did things start to feel a little more safe for you?
I think as I just got more comfortable talking to people about like what happened, and they just seem to not care.
Yeah.
You know, like it just wasn't a big deal.
It is kind of funny. It's like the whole, internet and people making TikToks seem to care so much. And then you meet anyone in real life and it's like everyone has some way to relate to some sort of a cheating story.
Just like all the parents at Wes's school, or, they're like,
okay,
either they
all right, we're
don't
back.
know,
All right, let's go.
or they don't give a flying fuck.
I mean,
they're
what?
like, yeah, who cares?
Mm.
They're like, it's
What do you
one
mean,
of many
man?
scandals. Like, also, it was 3 years ago.
Hear me out? Oh, I ain't trying to hear you out.
Yeah.
I'll hear you out. What are you trying to say?
Like, that's kind of how I feel.
What are you trying to say, man?
They're sort of like,
Right, because when you're in
Who
that school
cares?
environment, like there's a bunch of different types of families and parents, and some people are
Nobody
together, some
cares.
people aren't, and I'm sure every marriage or relationship has a story as to
Boy, hello, welcome, boy.
breaks down.
It's been a while. Get to hands. Welcome.
it just gives you so much perspective.
Yeah.
It
We're
gives
working
you
on
so
some
much
fan
perspective
art.
to just be in a group of people where nobody cares.
Yeah.
And it gives you, honestly, I think that is what gives me the courage to just
Yourself?
be like, you know what?
You been good? I've been good.
It's
I've
okay.
been all right. I've been all right. I've been okay. I can't complain that much.
I'm gonna be okay.
How about you? How you been?
I'm gonna be okay.
How have you been?
Like I can
No, we're not doing this
live in a
one. Thanks for the
world
follow. Appreciate
where
that.
this has happened.
I'm not gonna do a full
and-
render of this drawing. So I'm saying
and
keep it
people know,
light and simple.
and also we
Love.
moved on.
That line is so thick.
Like
Thanks for the
I
likes. Appreciate
can-
that. Thanks for the follows.
I can go on dates and not have people be whispering about me.
She's going on dates too. Damn. I know that hurt. I know that hurt homeboy a little bit. That hurts a
I
little
just
bit. there.
imagine a world where I can just be myself and not have this thing following me around.
I know
Where I don't
homeboy
have to.
hurt a little bit when he
I
said,
don't have to.
"Come on dates."
Where maybe we are at a restaurant with our kids, and I don't have to feel shame because I'm like, having fun.
Right.
Where people are like, "Oh my God, are they back together?"
Right.
Just because I'm like having a joyful time with my kids
your
and
spouse.
my
Yes.
ex-husband. Like, is that a crime
Yeah.
No.
to
No.
feel joy?
Can I live?
Can I live?
Homeboy was
Let
like,
them.
I'm sorry.
Let
sorry.
Let them. Let them. Yeah. 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 I mean, we're going to Greece together next week.
That
It's like,
good.
life is weird sometimes.
Yes, like we travel together.
For the kids?
we have a familial relationship.
Yeah. It's we've like redefined our relationship not as partners that are romantic partners.
Yeah.
Those sort of like family or platonic partners and pals, if you want to say pals. I feel the same way that it was kind of the social communities in school or wherever you are that you kind of just start to
Thanks
feel
for
less
following, guys.
alone.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Where somebody that's your friend or like another couple that you're friends with just will say like hey, like it was shitty what you did, and also everyone goes through hard times and you move forward the best you can.
Thanks for the likes.
And
Appreciate
whether
that.
you are together or
Thank you,
not,
guys.
or sort of together, friendly, but not romantically. Like, however you want to live your life as your family moving forward, that's like your business.
Right.
You're not gonna believe what happened. Tell me everything. I'll show you on Monday.com. So I started the biggest initiative of the quarter. I did everything right. I used
Thanks for
the
the
chatbox
likes.
to list all the tasks,
Right,
tag
like-
them to the team, set up all the timelines,
2K
perfect
likes.
descriptions, so everything was crystal clear.
We're gonna
Clear
skip
and
this
you're
ad here.
professional. Thank you. Suddenly, I get a message.
Yeah.
And at the same time, people looking on the outside can kind of feel that nonchalance, and on the inside, it's like, what I did to you is one of the most devastating things I think that a person can experience.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of, I understand why, broadly speaking, these like scandals are such, you know, ignition points, because it's, a lot of people can relate to it, and a lot of people feel so much pain around it.
And it can be both.
It can be both, yeah.
And
But he does have good art skills.
and it can be both.
Oh,
at,
sorry, just
at
see
the
the
same
comments
time,
in there.
it can be both at different
Yeah,
times.
thank you.
And you know, it can be one thing one day and something different another day.
Yeah.
You know, I have some days when I hate your guts.
Ooh.
And you know, and there are other days when I enjoy your company more than not. And that's okay. It
Yeah.
can be both.
It can be both.
This is a very
You know, some
weird.
days are really sad because I feel the
interesting-
loss.
Of course, you're gonna feel a loss.
But other days, I feel a lot of gratitude and joy for where we're at now. Especially, I mean, our kids are awesome.
Yeah, they are.
And I mean, they're worth every cent we've spent on therapy. Like,
Yeah, because I mean, that's like a big reason why we're working so hard to rebuild.
mhm.
You think you get back together?
I don't even know if I would call it rebuilding. I think we're building something new.
Yeah, for sure. I think you have to view it like that. The past is no longer.
Does Hornet have like feet?
Burn that
Okay,
shit to the
in
ground.
the images,
I'm kidding,
but
I
since it's kind of humanoid, I wonder if I should give her like feet,
Yes.
or should I keep it like
It's very strange
still
living
spiky tip toes?
and
Oh,
having a marriage
let's see.
while also having that be so like public facing.
Mm.
Did you ever feel that there was these like layers of
I think they were like ballerina
the
feet.
public facing you versus the real you?
Yes, and that was always a struggle for me because I felt like I wanted the two to be the same. You know, I always wanted to be one whole person. And I didn't want to be like an actor on camera and then another person in my real life. You know, and that's the funny thing about like being a YouTuber
Good
or
Lord.
being an influencer is people expect you to be one person in your real life and on the internet. And then when you're not, then it's like, well,
It breaks the illusion.
you're lying, you know? But I don't know. What do you
Yeah.
think?
Well, it's ironic because at the same time, I think what the internet wants from you is to be a one-dimensional character.
How so?
Well, you know, I think you know, there's if you make TikToks as like a certain persona or doing a certain joke, if you deviate from that joke, oftentimes your like engagement will plummet. Like people kind of want to like just see it's like, oh, it's like you're a stereotype. You're kind of like that person, and then I guess I noticed that in my own work. It's like the things that consistently drew people in were adorable family posts or talking about my wife, and then producers lean into that and like craft situations for me. And over time, it felt super
producers, like your
pigeonholed
producer,
and just like I had to fulfill this.
Thanks for the follow.
One
Appreciate
like
that.
quadrant in a foursome to just be this like, you know, kind of caricature.
You were like put in a box.
Yeah, I think it's very hard to like be a full person with nuance on the internet. There's always sort of a performance layer.
So what are you going to do now that you're back on the internet?
It's a great question. I, for a long time, didn't want to return to the internet because I didn't see a way of. I didn't want to be myself. I didn't want to make anything. I didn't feel creative. And as time has moved on, I have a desire to create and to tell stories, but I don't really want it to be about myself as a character or myself or my relationship or my personal life.
I'm not sure
I've always been drawn to things that make people curious and finding ways of connecting people with their interests. And so I came up with I don't know, I see myself more as like a host and more as just a vehicle for other people's stories. And I don't know, maybe I can, because of what I've gone through and my past, like connect with people and empathize with people.
Hold on here. These ads.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just. You think you're interesting enough?
No, I don't.
You think other people?
I think other people would be interesting, and then that's regardless of whether I think I'm interested. I don't want to talk about my personal life or my family. Like I want to keep our children out of the spotlight. I want to keep our dating lives private. Like it's not a good idea for my mental health at least, but I think also in general, to sort of make your whole life your brand. I want to make stuff that helps people learn things, make stuff that helps people like empathize with others, and you know the idea behind the podcast is to tell stories of other people's challenging times and how they overcame them. Because if there's one thing I noticed is that people really seem to care about the train wreck that I caused.
Would you say that was your rock bottom? Have you hit your rock bottom? Or do you think?
I hope so, yeah. Yeah, I would say my rock bottom was... It's funny. In the car, there was still a part of me that thought, you know, maybe, you know, because we'd been doing therapy, like we kind of had talked about a variety of things, and my rock bottom was, you know, being in a I think the moment for me is you like sent me a text that night that was like, I don't think we can get past this. And it's just sort of like my whole world crashed. I was like, oh, right. It's what I did wasn't like in our boundaries or in any sort of like what I did was unforgivable, and there's no hope. And I don't think I slept that night. I remember writing you a long letter, and it was ironic. That weekend I was at a wedding, and they like played our wedding song as their dance. And it was like black tie. Everyone's very fancy. I was just like stepping away to cry every 20 minutes. Well, we only have a couple more minutes. I know we could keep on talking. Maybe we will, but
are there any last minute questions we need to address before?
Are we together?
We are not together. We live separately. We are devoted co-parents to our two beautiful, beautiful children. Wes, who is 7, and Finn, who is almost 5.
Are we dating other people?
I mean, I'm open to dating other people. I mean, yes, we are dating other people. Yeah.
Will you ever be returning to some of your past work?
What kind of work?
Like your old podcast?
No, I don't think so. No, I'm grateful for my time there, but no, I think that era is over.
So what's next for you? I know that, you're a creative person, that you've been doing a bunch throughout your career, and it's kind of like, it must be exciting to kind of be like a solo artist now.
Yeah. I mean, these last 3 years have given me a lot of time to kind of express what I love. And I've gone back to pottery, which is something that
good for you.
I was really into in college. It started out as just something that I wanted to do
With Google Workspace, Calendar lets you share your latest availability, so customers can book time on your calendar without any back and forth. That's appointment scheduling made easy with Google Workspace.
Alrighty. We're getting somewhere, guys.
Atera is the IT game changer.
I'm
All
scared
of
to
the
the
computers
plans.
slow.
The printer's
Oh,
busted.
I did
I
not
forgot
save my
password.
file. You gotta
Typecast
save.
that I
Make sure you save your work.
Atera's IT autopilot eliminates them, and
Yeah, we're
over
gonna
80% of routine Tier 1 IT issues.
And
People
the
here
sword,
actually solve
when you look
their
at her
own
sword
IT
thingy,
issues. Fixed.
it's really
so proud of
short-handed
them.
there, but it's a really long needle.
You know who else I'm proud
We're
of?
gonna do that.
Me, for implementing Atera. Atera's full-stack IT management platform has remote monitoring and management, remote access, help desk and ticketing, patching, and everything else we need. With built-in AI agents across the platform, Atera's AI Copilot knows everything about our IT ecosystem. It runs diagnostics, troubleshoots any device, and suggests actionable solutions that we implement in a click. It's the perfect teammate.
Okay.
To add to all my other perfect teammates. You can try it yourself. Start your free trial now.
Okay. Oh, we did the other leg. This right here. I need to fix that. That could be better.
I don't know, kind of center myself
Gotta fix this
as
leg
like a
here.
hobby. But I've gotten really into it, and I've been spending a lot of time in my own studio, and
Good for you.
I'm starting up my own business.
That's good for you.
I
Good
know,
for you.
I know.
That's good.
Yeah, and we'll see where it takes me. Yeah.
Do you think you're gonna be like a public, do you want to continue being an influencer?
Probably not.
Probably not. Okay.
Probably not. For a couple of reasons. I I mean, the first reason is that I really enjoy just making stuff, just making stuff in my studio by myself. You know, I know that like that sounds so silly, you know, but I love just going into my pottery studio and just sitting at my wheel and getting so dirty and not filming it and just doing what I want to do and making mistakes and just sometimes making really shitty stuff and not having to tell anyone about it, you know? And the second reason is that I feel like sometimes, and we don't have to put this part in, but it is a valid reason. I feel like sometimes people who are on the internet, there is another standard of beauty for people who are on the internet. And I don't want to hold myself to that standard anymore. I'm going to be 40 this year, and I want to look at myself in the mirror and I want to say, fuck yeah. I don't want to look at myself in the mirror and be like, oh my God, are people going to notice that I don't look like I'm 30 anymore? You know, are people going to think that I look old? Are people going to think that you know, that this is bad or this is bad or this is bad? I love looking in the mirror and being like, you know what? I look great. You know?
Yeah.
Like, good enough is good enough.
It's a refreshing place to be. Huh?
It's so great. It's so great to be like, I look awesome. You know?
Yeah.
I don't want to look in the mirror and be like, I don't look good enough. I don't love that place.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
And I think that being a public person, that you sort of have to look at yourself that way. Or at least that was my experience, and I choose not to do that.
Yeah,
we're going to.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For me, I also love creating, and instead of making pottery, I like making media. So there is this sort of inherent, if I'm going to be in it, you have to kind of think about what you're saying, what you look like, and yeah, it can be hard, but I'm happy for you.
Thanks.
So
what can I do as a co-parent and a friend to continue supporting you and to being? I mean, what do you want from me going forward?
Just be authentic. Just be authentic with your audience. You know?
What are your hopes and dreams for the future?
I just generally want to be the person that I genuinely believe that I am. You know?
Yeah.
I feel like for a long time I've wanted to be one person, but I've lived the life of a person who isn't that person. And I'd like for those two things to be the same.
Same.
Yeah. And
what do you hope for the two of us?
I just want each of us to grow in the way that makes each of us happy. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I want you to be who you are, and I want me to be who I am.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I'm
not
gonna cross
crafty.
these feet a little bit.
It's your craft. It's not DIY. It's do it yourself on Wix.
Do a little work here. It's tweak this a little bit.
Work today is broken. We're all working in too many disconnected apps, and it's killing team productivity. But for the first time, there's a platform that fixes it by combining everything you need. Projects,
This looks
tasks,
more aesthetically
and knowledge in
pleasing.
one place.
You have the feet cross.
It's all powered by the world's most complete work AI, so you can find answers from anywhere and get work done faster.
And next for
Introducing ClickUp,
we
the
kind of
everything app for work.
twist it there, cross them a little bit.
And I want for you to feel like you can be who you are, and I want you to feel like you can do that without judgment. And I want the same for myself.
Thanks for the follow. Appreciate that.
I feel the same way. I think that by kind of moving forward more as individuals, we'll each be able to kind of be the best version of ourselves and to kind of discover maybe parts of ourselves that are less to the forefront when you're like really in a relationship. But that's for us as individuals, but for us, as co-parents, I hope that we raise boys of honesty and integrity that are happy and feel loved.
Kind of weird coming from you, man.
And I hope that we're
I understand. People make mistakes. No one's perfect.
Who tells each other what's on our mind, even if it's not always, hard to say or easy to hear. That's what I hope for us, is to have a parenting partnership based on.
That's fair.
And
I can respect that.
Laughter, in respect, and in honesty.
Me too.
Thank you again to Ariel. Thank you for your honesty, your vulnerability, your directness. This truly meant a lot to me, and thank you for watching. Next week, I'm excited to not be the subject of the episode. I'll be having a conversation with Lara Love Harden. She is a mother who overcame a battle with heroin addiction and eventually was a Oprah book club bestseller. So it's full of insightful and human drama, and you're not going to want to miss it. So see you next week. And
how do you feel about these
take
news?
care.
With Google Workspace, you can create a Gmail account with your own domain and branding, helping your business look professional in any inbox. That's business email made easy with Google Workspace.
Thanks for the follow, guys. Appreciate it. Over 2K likes. Thank you so much. As we work on these feet.
Hotels bring him joy, he's bellboy. Desk clerk with the best perks, like up to 20% off hundreds and thousands of hotels and a whole lot of other stuff I can't get into right now.
All right. Okay, that was interesting. I'm gonna play another video, but we're gonna keep it more fun and light. So, let me just find something here. All right. I guess hear what Charlie has to say about the situation.
Without even blinking. But this was too agonizing. I had to turn it off after 30 minutes. It is brutal to sit through. I can only imagine what she was feeling with this, because he kind of like talks about himself as if he's like some kind of a victim, like a survivor of his own cheating scandal. It's weird. You have to see this.
Strange to think that people are watching this and listening to it rather than just being in like a therapy setting.
Oh heck yeah. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
It's absolutely, yeah. I mean,
Well, I look at it this way.
I'm on.
I didn't think the interview was that cringy. Yes, it was kind of hard to listen, when she was talking about how she felt, him watching. Yeah, that's kind of hard, but I don't think it was like terrible and cringy. I'll get it this way: if she's okay with it, I think that's between them. Also, you don't have to like. I think some people have the notion that get cheated on or something, or you break up with a partner or ex partner, whatever, that you guys should be bitter enemies till the very end. I don't think that's always the case. I'm not saying that you know give any slack or anything, but I feel like they're mature enough and they're focusing on their kids, what's good for them, and she's okay with it and able to move on from it. I think it should be up to us to say anything really. But they did put their business out there, so we're allowed to criticize. Anyways, let's keep going.
On the verge of like standing up and walking out of this room. Absolutely.
Understandable. And no one on
Understandable,
the
yeah,
planet
agreed.
would blame her if she did. I think that is a totally reasonable response. It is still so baffling to me that this even got made in the first place, to be honest. Now, Ned did give like a pre-game speech here, but I just wanted to show you that he did actually sit down with his ex-wife and have an hour-long discussion with her about him cheating and him like prodding her, poking her like, and how did you feel about that? Yeah? Wasn't good, was it? Thought not. It's so fucking weird.
Hi,
It is weird.
I'm Ned Fulmer.
It is weird.
3 years ago, I cheated on my wife with my producer. It became a massive public scandal that caused a lot of pain to a lot of people. I know that I represented myself as a kind of wife guy who talked about his relationship and put that out there for public consumption.
Big wife guy. Ned Fulmer used to be synonymous with wife guy. I think. I don't know. I was never the biggest consumer of Try Guy's content, but from what I understand, that was like a core part of his identity. Like his whole personality revolving around like being the wife guy. So of course that made everything even worse for him, even though it was already extremely bad. Now, this has been pointed out by a lot of people, and I don't know if this is how he's always been, if he's just this kind of quirky, zany guy who likes vocal fry, but a lot of people mentioned, and it's very clear, he is putting on, like, an extra dollop of vocal fry. It is brutal to listen to. It sounds like out of a cartoon when a character is mocking somebody else. Yeah, I may have presented myself as a wife guy. It's so, like nails on a chalkboard.
And you, as a viewer, I know that I broke your trust. One step is to publicly witness the pain of my partner, Ariel. This is a conversation with Ariel in this video. It's painful at times. It's honest, vulnerable, brutal.
But why?
Why?
Why do you want to broadcast you publicly witnessing the pain you have caused your ex-wife? Why wouldn't this just be a conversation had with like a professional or just between you two behind closed doors? Why do we need to be invited into this? This is him just making like a public spectacle and trying to like get back into the internet zone. So he drags his ex-wife in here to try and like reopen the wounds here publicly so that way he can paint it as him like taking the accountability, this public flogging that he's going to give himself, listening to all the pain and suffering he's caused her. And the whole podcast is him kind of like prodding like, and how did my cheating make you feel? Did it make you feel bad? Yeah, I bet it. Yeah. No, that sounds. I know it made you feel bad. Yeah. No, it sounds about right. It made you feel bad, right? All while he's filming it to try and milk this devastating event that she's gone through for his own personal views and his own attempt at a comeback. That's how it seems. The catchphrase, I believe, for his podcast, which you can find on his About section, sometimes the only way out is through one podcast at a time. That is the slimiest shit. Oh my god.
As disappointed as we were that something so private and painful became such a public spectacle,
yeah,
I get why people were so outraged, and I understand that that is the reason that she can't move forward with any sort of public thing without addressing this. So this is that. This is
I'm going to have to call dirty barnacles on that right there. I don't buy that reasoning at all. He is literally launching a podcast off the back of his ex-wife being the first guest in it. And he's trying to paint it like he's doing this so that way she can move on because all this went public and, you know, it's taken such a huge toll and she wouldn't be able to do public things because this will get brought up from the past. So this is how we're both going to heal and move forward. Like, I completely understand that for her in particular, her having any other like public facing job or something, this would be brought up. I get that. And that is very difficult, no doubt. But this does not seem like Ned Fulmer just trying to do something to help her not have to deal with something like that.
I feel like this is a necessary thing.
Yeah, we've kind of been just keeping our lives very private for the last 3 years.
We have.
And just almost hiding from the world.
We've been hiding.
You give 100%, so we give it back.
Okay, let's get this script baby done. Let's move on.
4 at once with sideline sharp definition and stadium shaking sound. 100% NFL, 0% compromise. Try the Zone Ultimate, just 99 cents for your first month. Sign up at zone.com.
With Nicorette, I'm finally quitting for real. I'm facing the cravings.
I think those knees should be
The
close
triggers.
together.
Refusing to give in. That's real quitting. The journey wasn't easy, but real freedom is worth it. With Nicorette, you're up to 5 times more likely to quit. Nicorette, quitting made real.
Only to be used by adults who are trying to quit smoking. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is highly addictive.
We've been hiding from the world.
Oh, you don't say.
And I'm not going to lie, it's been kind of great.
Now, I felt I needed to include this section in here because she is saying that she believes it was also somewhat necessary to publicly discuss this finally after so long, but that the time they spent away she's felt is kind of great. But since this was a public thing, it seems like she agrees that there needed to be some kind of like public resolution to it to move on. Now, I'm going to go against the grain a little bit here. I don't think it's necessary. You do not owe strangers online an explanation to how private matters were handled. Yes, this did happen in the public eye with the scandal, you know, blowing up and the cup runneth over on Ned's unfaithfulness, but that doesn't mean that you need to do anything further publicly just for the internet to bear witness to. But if you do feel like there is like some kind of obligation to have some kind of like public, you know, closure to it, is this really the best way to do it? Because to me, it really feels like Ned is using this as a self-serving thing. This is the kickoff to his podcast, and this is obviously something he knew would get a lot of views. To me, it feels more like a calculated business call as opposed to something to try and help both of them like heal and move forward.
Myself to strangers. It's like, oh, let's exchange Instagrams. I'm like, well,
right?
Here's mine, but couple of caveats. 1, I have a lot more followers than you might expect. 2, all of this is pretty outdated. And 3, don't Google me.
Don't Google me.
Don't Google me.
You
Just
probably don't want to
get
Google
to know me first. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You don't want to be just sort of seen as the sum of your mistakes for me or the sum of your past for you.
I cut a lot of this section out here, but Ariel mentioned how like making friends has been a little weird because of all of this, because they'll come into it with some kind of like preconception based on what they've seen from the public and such, and Ned immediately is like, well, actually, me too. I'm going through something similar. I'll try and make a friend, introduce myself, and they like ask for my Instagram. I'm like, whoa, bump the brakes, buddy. Instagram, I don't know about that. Whatever you do, don't Google Ned Fulmer. Definitely don't do that. You know, you don't want to be viewed with some of your mistakes, or I guess in your case, Ariel, the sum of the past. Am I right? Yeah, we're kind of like 2 peas in a pod when it comes to this problem we're both experiencing. And he's like trying to like meet her in the middle there, like relate to her. But Ariel did nothing wrong. Ariel is completely a victim in all of this, who is now sharing like how it has affected her, even like socially making friends. And Ned's like, oh, me too. I'm super victimized by it as well. Like, they Google Ned Fulmer, they see I fucking cheated on my wife, and they don't want to be my friend. It's so weird, right? Like, you and I, we're going through like the same thing on this. Am I right? Like, this is what I'm talking about, where I feel like Ned's not actually trying to like help, you know, move forward here. It really feels like this is just a springboard for the podcast.
We are still friends. We have children together. We go on trips together.
Right.
Like, you know, there's a spectrum of being together, not together.
Right.
Like there's ways in which we're together, but it's like the way that everyone wants to know, like, are you guys still like an item? Are you guys still a couple? Like, no. We really haven't been at all this last 3 years.
No, we haven't.
So I've been saying ex-wife this whole time, but now that I'm rewatching this section, that's not the case. Apparently they are still technically married, but they are separated. They are not, like, dating. They're not a couple anymore, but they're not divorced either. And I think that might have been covered later in the podcast, but like I said, I could not stomach this whole thing. It's actual misery. It is literally like this miasma of like sadness. So I didn't finish the episode where that might have been addressed, but this whole time I've been saying ex-wife. But that, I guess, is not the case. What is for sure, though, is that they are not together, and she has not forgiven Ned for what he's done.
People ask me, like, do you forgive Ned for what he did? And, I mean, the answer is no. Absolutely not. How can you forgive somebody for lying to you, for cheating on you? No. Fuck no. Like,
yeah, that's a little word.
Like, I don't even. It's. Sorry, I saw red for a minute. It's like, no, the answer is no.
Yeah, that checks out. You should not forgive somebody that has done what Ned Fulmer has done to you. Absolutely not. And I'm really happy to see her just come down with the iron fist like, fuck no. Absolutely not. And Ned just sits there, hitting one of these.
It's hard to hear you saying, like, fuck no, I don't forgive you. But of course I get it. I mean, you're still, as much progress as we've had, you're still very angry.
Yeah, of course I'm angry. You know, we're talking about, like,
this is where I started getting like a little wiggle worm-esque, where I was like kind of squirming in my seat a little bit, because now it's getting much more into the meat and potatoes of like the cheating itself, which Ned is spearheading the conversation of. So he's like, yeah, it hurts to hear you don't forgive me, but, you know, I get it. We made a lot of progress, but you're still angry.
With Google Workspace, Calendar lets you share your latest availability, so customers can book time on your calendar without any back and forth. That's appointment scheduling made easy with Google Workspace.
Okay.
Let's use Creative Cloud Pro to design a postcard. Adobe Photoshop's new AI feature makes it fast and easy. I use the Remove tool to keep the focus on what matters. Then, dynamic text to give the title some personality. So easy.
And it's like, yeah, man, of course she's still going to be angry, but why are you using that as a piece of content for your podcast launch? And you can see how difficult this topic is for her. She then goes into detail about how everything unfolded for her, where she got this news from fans and she was being sent pictures, and she starts going through like what that was like for her emotionally. And it's really, really sad. And then immediately following that, this is Ned's question.
How did having it become such a public scandal kind of change everything for you? Did it make it worse? Did it make it easier? Did it just sort of make it
We'll be right
surreal?
back. We're still here.
There's so many different things.
His questions suck shit through a crazy straw. These questions are fucking terrible, man. Brother, what? Did it going public? You know, I was cheating on you for a long time, and then everyone found out. They were the ones that told you, by the way, not me. Did that make it like easier for you? You think? Just explain that to me a little bit, if you don't mind, about how public how public it was. What was that like being in the middle of that, if you don't mind? And then his next question, I think, is his worst one.
What was that moment like when everything changed for you?
Awful, obviously.
What was that moment like, huh? Hey, excuse me, if you don't mind, can you walk me through exactly what it felt like when you found out that your husband, whom you have children with, has actually been cheating on you for a very long time? Can you please describe in detail what you felt when you learned that information about me?
That's crazy.
I'd love to know, if you don't mind. If that isn't the most brain-dead fucking question I've ever heard. Ned?
Oh my god, give me a second. Sorry. I was working on this part here. Right.
What does asking this question even do to help either of you, heal from this? Please, walk me through the trauma when you learn that your husband, have been cheating on you for quite a long time. This is something, again, like I said, that should have been, with a therapist, not a microphone. Microphones do not do that job. And I'm assuming over the last 3 years, and based on the conversation, they have talked, in detail with each other and with others about this. Why bring it up for the sake of cameras to capture it for your podcast? That's why I'm saying this feels like it is all truly self-serving for Ned to try and regain some kind of audience online.
I think there was a lot of sort of delusions and rationalizations that you, as the person doing that, sort of are telling yourself as to why it's not so bad, or why it's gonna be okay, or why actually this talked about it in this way. And then it's like, I remember that moment, it all just kind of fell down where
This one I'm going to take a little pause break for, a little halftime show moment here, because he's about to get into the most painful part, and this is when I turned it off. And what I want to make a mention of here is, for some reason, Ned is the one at the helm here. He's in the driver's seat and is basically, and this is something I saw August the Duck point out as well, he is mainly talking about moments as opposed to talking about how much he himself fucked up. He is entirely to blame for this, yet he is the one that gets to steer the conversation and talk kind of broadly about it and focus on this moment. What did you feel in that moment? As opposed to letting her talk about it and letting her kind of dictate where the conversation goes and the questions and that kind of thing. It is so odd, and it does feel unfair that Ned is the one that is spearheading all of it. It doesn't make sense, given that he is the one, the cheater, that did all of this, and yet he gets to be the one in control of this conversation here that supposedly he's doing to try and help her, move forward in a public-facing environment.
Totally could see how devastated and just completely traumatized you were. And then it was just everything changed for me as well. I'm like, oh no, this is I've been hurting this person that I love this whole time.
You didn't realize until then?
Well, but then there's other things you tell yourself to kind of sort of compartmentalize, or I guess.
Interesting.
Oh, wow. Like I said, it is a
一次試験が終了しました。戦闘を終了してください。
That looks great to me.
Tough watch. And like I said, Ned really does feel like he talks about like these like excuses and how he's like compartmentalizing and like, you know, lying to himself, deluding himself, that kind of thing. Like it almost feels like he's giving himself these like little weaselly ways in which that, you know, like he even as like he calls it a scandal, whereas she says directly your affair is another thing. Like he talks about it as a scandal as opposed to like how badly he himself fucked up making this decision consciously. And now he's talking about like, yeah, no, it was like, never realized, you know, with all the ways I was like lying to myself that I was actually like hurting the person that I love. And she calls that out saying like, you didn't realize that? You didn't realize at any point that, you know, maybe what you were doing would be like really hurtful and like really devastating? He's like, no, I just yeah, with the way you compartmentalize and, you know, and yeah, like it's brutal. It is absolutely brutal to sit through.
It's sort of a, you know, it's like a addictive cycle kind of feeling really guilty and ashamed and then telling yourself the ways in which it's, you know, kind of just lying to yourself and then, yeah.
That sigh said 1,000 things without even needing words. Ned, what the fuck? He's just bumbling. Like he is actually spitting mumbo jumbo. He's saying nothing. Literally nothing.
Of like, well, what did you do to make him look elsewhere? You know, were you not a good enough wife? Were you not, did you not make him happy enough? You know? And there's so much shame there. And I'm so tired of holding that. I'm so tired of holding it.
Unfortunately, this is a very real thing that she's describing right here, where there are people that when they hear about a husband cheating on their wife, their first response is, well, what did the wife do to make the husband do that? Must have been her fault. What, this harlot? What, she must have done something wrong. Must have been some kind of harpy over there. No, surely it was the wife's fault that Ned Fulmer, you know, would go elsewhere to find a suitable woman worthy of his benevolent being. And she's talking about how much that has weighed on her. And she then directly asks him, how does it make you feel hearing this? That you did this to me. You have basically, put this hex on me in some people's eyes that will not go away.
How does it make you feel to hear that?
I don't.
With Google Workspace, apps like Docs, Drive, Gmail, and Meet are connected and in one place, so your whole team can make updates and stay up to date in real time. That's working together with Google Workspace.
This is my type of school fit. And the TD Student Banking Package is my type of financial fit. It's designed with their student needs in mind. Wow, TD really suits me.
I think it's fair that as a society, you're put in that position. It's certainly not true. And no, it's not something that I...
All right, guys. I'm going to end the stream right here. I'm going to come back to it later and finish it up. But yeah, we're getting there. I'm just fixing the legs and proportion and stuff. So I'll make it, tight and cleaner. Yeah, I'm Giovanni Hall Art. Feel free to follow me on Instagram, Blue Sky, Tumblr, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, and Patreon for more smooth stuff. Thanks in the bios. When we come back, I should have this more completed, or I'll continue on stream from there. All right, see you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Bye.